Hello. We wait for all people to join in. Give them a couple of minutes. So you had a good week. Last week was good for you all. Hi Xavier. Xavier Francis. Just wait for another minute for people to join in while we wait. Because I see a few more people have to join in. So this month is going to be a little different. All your 4 session, if you attend it, it's going to be really nice. So don't miss to attend all the 4 sessions of this month, because it's going to be interlinked this month. And being this going as this month I will be completing my 1 year session with you all, so it's going to be so I thought let's make the last month, the end month of the session, a little different. So all your 4 sessions is not going to be different. It's not going to be separate different ones. They're going to be interlinked. So somewhere or other they're going to be interlinked. So end of the 4 session you will get yourself, but at least by the second you will get to know what we are planning to do. So don't miss the 4 sessions of this month. Right, a quick, while we have people to join in, so good quick intro to the tools what we will be using it. The tools what I use is the Zentangle Zentangle tile, which is a 3.5 square and 3.5 by 3.5 square Zentangle, and this is a good quality paper. So this is something what we use. So if you do not have these tiles, or you can use any of the good journal or a good drawing book or any sketchbooks or a paper cardstock which is cut to the size of 3.5, or you've drawn a square of it, so 3.5 square. um, right, and then the tools what I'm going to use, I'm just going to use today one pen, which is my micron pen, I'm going to use a nib pen, so pen, because and today I'll be using only one color also. So I'll be using a Zentangle graphite pencil and my Tortillon or my stub. These three are used towards the end to give a shading and a dimensional effect to your artwork. So basically you're going to create with just these four something different and unique, and you're going to enjoy it. So that's the tool what we are going to have. And if you do not have these Sakura pens, you can use any good pens. A good Univol gel pen can be also used, which do not bleed, and they're there. And if you don't have these Zentangle graphite pencil, you can use a normal graphite pencil. And in place of this tortillon or the stub, if you don't have, you can use the little thickened of your paper, you can roll it out, or a thickened tissue paper, or a earbud, you can use it to, yeah. So that's what it is. So we are going to use these and then create it. So let's breathe. We're going to choose our tangles and we're going to enjoy. And this is a small copyright note which tells you that I'm an authorized by Zentangle as a certified Zentangle teacher to take this class. And Zentangle is a trademark and copyright of Maya Avanith, who are the creator of this art form. Teaching methodology of Zentangle is their copyright. So certified Zentangle teachers are authorized to take classes and mentor people and guide them and spread the knowledge and the happiness which comes from the Zentangle art, along with the philosophy with it, right? So this is for you, whoever is viewing it is only for your personal use, just to view it and to create it. No commercial use of the session which I am doing right now. Right, so we are good to start. So let's do our, let's settle ourselves. Let's just take a let's do our regular breathing which we do it. Let's do it consciously and calm ourselves, and just keep all our thoughts and everything away for the next 1 hour, and let's enjoy it. So I will give you a count for you to take a deep breath and exhale it out, and we will do a count of 6 breaths, deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling it out. And while you're doing it, just in your thoughts, your mind and your heart, whom you want to give a gratitude for this particular hour, just give the gratitude. Be gratitude at this hour that we've been connected for the last 1 year. I have got to know so many people, so my gratitude. So let's do. So close your eyes. Once your 6 count is over, you can slowly open your eyes, and then we will start our session. Take a nice deep breath. Slowly exhale. Take another nice deep breath. Slowly exhale it out. Take another nice deep breath and exhale out. Take a nice fresh deep breath. Enjoy it and exhale it out. Take another nice deep breath. Exhale it out slowly, and give your gratitude, whom you want to give a gratitude at this particular hour, and for this beautiful art form which gives us so much of pleasure and happiness, and the relationship which we are building over every sessions. Thank you, Lord. Slowly open your eyes. Right, so we're done with our tools. So let's go with our practice. So today I'm just going to show what we are going to do today. Today we are not going to do any the next the 4 sessions, we are not going to use any particular patterns which has been created by any certified teacher or a student. We are going to use patterns which is called as fragments, and we will play with those fragments. So these are fragments which has been created by Zentangle headquarters. So we're going to use those fragments. So today we'll be using 2 fragments, and I'm going to use a circle and a square fragments. So most, I think it will end up, I'm not sure, you will definitely have Ellie, I didn't understand. Someone can translate what she's saying. Maggie Modin Midon. If someone can translate, I think she's saying it in something in Spanish. Hola, Ellie. So we're going to use fragments. So we're going to use 2 fragments. So I'm not sure as of now. This session we're going to have a circle and a square fragment. So we're going to use a fragment, and these fragments have got a number and an alphabet. You're able to view my screen, right? Okay, now we're going to use a fragment called L25, and we're doing fragments. So I'm just writing it by Zentangle headquarters, right? And this is very simple. This is going to be a orb. It's going to be an orb, and in that we're going to have a small triangle right at the center, and we're going to just ink it up, and then we're going to just draw a line which goes from this end, and in the other directions. So you have one going this direction, one going down, and one, so that you have these 3 areas comes in. Buena Vista mandala. So what we can do is, you can do a lot of things. So you can do a shading on this. You could do a shading like only on this part, only on this part, and only on this part. You can do a shading, right? You can do another way is, I'm just going to show. I'm going to show different ways and the way you can play around. You can just do a smaller triangle into the inner triangle, and right, or you can do another one, right, ink it up. Now you can't do this, it cannot be this direction, so it has to be in different directions. So you have to ensure that they are on different direction. So what you can do is, you can do a aura inside this. This is all our variations. But I'm going to stick to the base only today. I'm not going to do much on it. So I'm just demonstrating different variation. So now you can do a lot more. Your creativity can go, as I keep saying, on your variation. You can go on your. The next one is, it's going to be a grid pattern. Okay, this became little, that's fine, because it's just a demonstration. It's going to be a cross. So you're going to do a cross with an aura. You're doing another cross, and then you're going again doing a cross. So keep doing your crosses for your grids. So each of your small square grids you can do. And what we're going to do is, we're just going to do a half orbs. We will do a small orb of it. Okay, now you can do a little more variations on this. You can just ink your corners, thicken your corners part of it, right? And we're going to use this only, nothing much. So we're going to do this. So when you do that, you will get a nice, it looks different and simple. So we're going to use two simple ones. Today's this session we are doing very simple ones. High patch tangle. Okay, so we're going to use only these two and we're going to create it. So let's take our tile. Okay, so we're just going to put, I'm not going to put those 4 dots. I'm not going to start the regular process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a square right at the center, so which is as equal as putting at 4 dots. So I'm just going to ensure that I have a kind of a uniform size, different spaces. So I'm just doing a rough. So then I'm just going to draw a line, join this line. And I'm again joining. Right, and I'm joining this part. So I've got a nice kind of a square right at the center. Right at the center I have kind of a nice square. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark from here and mark from here, where I'm going to draw a line right till the center where this line is. This is going to be my string. Right, I'm going to draw another one more which is in tangent. If your line has gone little different, that's okay. When we are inking it up, we will get that corrected. That's not a problem. Okay, now what we do is we're doing the same thing out here. And we're keeping this mark and we're just coming out. Right, now I'll teach you another trick. I'll teach you another trick. What you could do is you could take the other square and you could draw it also, and you can keep it and then you can draw that also. So that is also doable. That's not a problem. You can do that. What I meant was keep your main tile, just keep it here on one corner, draw the line, turn your tile again, keep it again, and then you could draw it. Right, so we have the center. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use two patterns. We're going to use one pattern out here, we're going to use one pattern here. So it's very clear, we will use the circle patterns out here and we will put the square patterns out here. Right, So now when you're doing it, because this needs a grid, this particular thing needs a grid, so what we will do is we will, okay, so what we'll do is in this corner we will draw a square, a grid. We're going to do a grid at this corner. The reason I did, what will happen when you start drawing your grid here, it becomes smaller out here and then it look. So at this particular junction, which is your center point, if you draw your grid, and if your grids are small on the other side, that's okay. So see here, it's not a full grid, it's a small grid. So that's fine with us, right? So this is a trick when you're trying to do something like this. Try always doing it the corner and then come forward so that you get that. Which is your spotlight. Keep that as your spotlight and then do it around. So now we have this line, so don't worry about this line. This line will go off when we're doing our work. So you'll get to see all that. Or you can just draw this and then go back and draw the outer line. Now I'm going to use my pen and I'm just going to outline my lines. Right, I'm just done. So when I'm drawing, inking it up, I'm not going to ink this place, I'm going to ink the outer one. Right, so we're going to use a very simple grid today. This is the string what we're going to use. Right, so I'm not inked here. So this is going to be our string. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inner first and then we'll go into the outer. So the inner is going to be this pattern. So we've said that we're going to use, people who have joined in, we're using two, we're not using a pattern, we are using a fragment. So we're going to play with these two fragments today. So a circle fragment and a square fragment. So we're going to use these two fragments today. These fragments have been created by the Zentangle headquarters. So I'm going with, so I'm just going to put the square grid patterns first. Right, so I'm going to go from up to down. So I did one side, then I'm going to the other side. That's easy to do because you have the same kind of a stroke getting repeated, so which also calms you down and you know what your next stroke is. So right, and then what we do is we're going to do the same thing out here again. Remember to breathe as you give the strokes. As you put your strokes, remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Right, so we have that. Now what we'll do is we'll put all, okay, let's finish this part. So let's do this. I'm just going to do a small ob, half ob. Like I said in the beginning of the session, few people have joined in, quite a few have joined in very late. So this month, if you attend all the 4 sessions, it will be good because the session is interlinked to all the 4 sessions. So would be really happy if you can join all the 4 sessions. Is this clear? I've come a little closer and showing. Right? Right? I think now Insta doesn't let you to zoom, I think, because I've not been able to zoom in. So I'm just going to repeat this across the session. The session, I'm just going to repeat it. And the reason is that last month we had been celebrating the Valentine month. So we had we worked on strings on heart strings, or we worked on patterns, which is heart related patterns. So this month we're going to celebrate, I know the men who are joined in, I'm sorry, we're going to celebrate the International Women's Day. So we're going to celebrate the woman. So, and being my anniversary, this is going to be my the 12th. I'm completing a year of going live because I started last year in April. So I thought this month we will do a challenge, which end of the session all of you take something back. So it's all the 4 sessions are interlinked. right? So that's all it is. I'm going to do the same thing out here. So I'm going to do the same thing out here quickly. You can take a little broader pen also, because this has not got much of inking and everything. So if it's a little broader pen, it kind of, no, if you're going to take a too fine pen, then you will have, because you're not doing any fine work. Tangle Evelyn, hola, Evelyn from Venezuela. Thank you for joining in. Buena Vista. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the same thing out here. So sometimes I find it easy, I just go draw these outer ones and then come back and ink it. And it's all got to do way, but when there's a trick, I shall pass it on. So those tricks are, like I told you, the tricks which you can do it when you're doing. See, if you had done the started from here, this smaller portion would have come in and made you look so that's the only thing part. But in Zentangle we never plan, it just, what I'm doing right now is just doing a inking up of this size. If you feel you want to do a little bigger, you're most welcome to do it. You want to do some creativity more, just let your creativity flow, don't let it stop. I'm just going to just guide you out here. I'm just telling you that this is just showing you a way which we can do, and you could develop on that, take the inspiration from that, and you can do it. As far as you don't, if you're not certified and you're not taking a class, you're good to do, and get your friends also to join. That'll be most right. So we can just go and do this, repeat it here. Just doing these small strokes, it just kind of really calms you down, and these deliberate repeated strokes are real good meditative way to do it. Very nice, very calming, soothing, and you have the right music playing around with it, and that's it. And people who have coffee or a tea, just having that across and then enjoying it and doing it. I don't have coffee or a tea, I just live on water. You can do it in, they are in sync, these ones, or they may be different, starting and ending. That's all fine, just that it gives you a natural look to it, that's all. Right, see, we've done that. This is a very simple string which you will find most of the people using it or something. This is that. Now what we're going to do is, okay, and I'm just going to use this part, and I'm going to draw a big orb out here, and I'm going to assume that this is behind it. I'm just going to draw different sizes. May be uniform, may not be uniform. You just at random. If you end up trying to do uniform, your result is going to be different. If you try to do it at random, your result is going to be different, which is what I keep telling in every class. So do what you feel like. Just somewhere down the line, when you're just putting these, they look like your tipples, but they're not tipples, they're orbs which we are doing it. This is the fragment, the way the fragment works, right? So we've done this side. So what we'll go continue drawing those small triangles and ink those triangles. Like I said, I think again people have joined in late, a few more have joined. So we joined doing the session for this month. All your 4 classes are interlinked, so if you can join all the 4 classes, that will be really good, right? So now what I'm going to do is, I'm left here, right? So what I'm going to do is, all this intermediate space, I'm just going to ink it up. Were you able to? Because I thought my system was not working, so I just had to take a, so hopefully I'm not done anything, I just left there. I'm just inking it up here, all my gaps. So if you have more space, that's okay, that's not a problem. So wherever this gaps between the 2 orbs is going to be there, I'm just going to ink it up. So take your time. We're just going to do these same thing. So I'm just going to do one section so that you get to understand what I'm doing it, and then we will repeat on the other. So I'm just going to do, but ensure that these three lines are on opposite directions. They are not on the same. See, I've done something here which ideally it should have been little more on the tilted one, but it's not going to be very obvious. So I'm doing for all the triangles, the inner small triangles. Even if they're small, it's not going to be. Right? So that, now what I'm going to try is I'm going to do the same thing out here without inking the in between space. That will tell you what I meant by inking is going to make a difference. So this particular back was too much. So what I just did, I did a small one out there, a small fragment of it. Right? You can also do, I can give you another idea while I'm doing it. It just came in kind. You can also do what, you can have all the center ones nice big ones, and a next one a little smaller. Then you can keep reducing it and then do it. You can do it if you want. You can increase this inner square a little more bigger so that you get more space. Okay, so this is what it is. Now that I'm going to just repeat it, same thing. You can do these with colors. They also look nice. You can use 3 shades of colors on these also, but I'm going to do this all 4 sessions on classic, where I am not going to use. So now can you see that this inner gaps which has been inked in black, this inner is inked in black and this is not inked, so this is throwing out more and better off than this. So when you want to really make it, just ink it up on those spaces. Don't leave it space empty. You can see the difference which is happening just because of the inking. That's what we say, drama. Please do create your tiles and do share. Really do share your creativity. That's where. So we're going to do the same thing out here again, and then we'll go about doing our quick shading. And as we say always, shading makes a big difference. And we're just doing the strokes by strokes. Nothing is planned that I need to draw a big one here or a small one out there. It's just happening. That's what a Zentangle is. Right? So this is like more of a a tipple, but what we're using is a fragment. So what I did was I drew something which is like completely hidden behind kind. So you can play around the way you place it out also. Right? Now we quickly do the inner triangles. Like I said that I showed it across. There are different ways you can do it. I've just demonstrated 3 of it. So you can do more. So what I'm doing it right at the basic, no variation, nothing. So these are different, you can keep doing it, right? And this one I'm just stuck to it, single one, and I'm not shown any variation because we had to do the tile. So I've given you a clue, I mean a kind of a guidance how you can keep doing your variations. So keep doing it and enjoy it. So don't you agree that when you make your tile and look at it, it brings in a smile? Right? So now I'm just going to that's there, so that will go off in my shading, so don't worry. That's why I said you need to concentrate, because once you miss on your concentration and if your thoughts go somewhere, that's why I love Zentangles, because it kind of really brings in your concentration out here and your focus. That gives you an amazing meditative result. And even if there is an oops thing which happens, you don't need to worry, you can manage it. Hi Barbara, nice to see you here. to your strokes. Remember to breathe, enjoy, don't feel burdened. This is a very simple pattern what I've chosen today. Right? So we'll just ink up all those gaps and we are done. We'll just do a shading. Once you sit to do these Zentangle, it kind of really helps you to calm yourself and relax and keeping the thoughts. Right, so here, so I'm just going to ink a little and making this so that that looks and if you remember when we did our initial, if you go back see the recording, you will see the initial we had a lot of pencil marks when we draw this particular thing. See, nothing is there now. Right, so now we're just going to use our pencil graphite. So I'm just going to do first this. I'm just going to ink. I'm just going to use my graphite and I'm using my stubs and I'm just pulling it in. And if you notice, if you know it, that once when you put your graphite and you try looking at it, because of the graphite's color and the shade, it kind of what do you call it, it shines. So when your camera and that is there, it will not give you the, so you need to, when you're taking a photo, you need to be careful that otherwise they look like one white patch out there. So that's something which I realized it some time back. So the graphite acts like a mirror and it reflects the light and it shines out. So it reflects the light out back into us. So if you see this, a simple clear comparison to what we had the initial. So it was so flat, right? See the kind, this is what happens. So can you see that? This and this. So this is like bringing in more life out here, and this is more flat and everything. So right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do first on my outer. I'll then come back to all the individual fragments, circle fragments. I'm just going to go all over my square with the outer square, and I'm just going to So if you're doing it, and if you see that I keep rotating my tile and my hand, this left hand, right hand is right in the same place. Like I said, that we're doing this month, the 4 classes are interconnected. You will get to know definitely by second class. I think end of this class, when I'm going to show you the previous one, I think you should get the clue. Right? So if you want to, you can just leave it off like this and not shade anything more. I'm just going to use a little white thing and just trying to bring a little right. Right, so now you can continue on this part of the shading. Like I said, just the alternate ones, just on the so just remember, you shade on the alternate ones. Either the inner or the outer. I'm just going to use this because this I didn't need a little thinner one, so I'm just using. Can you see that? When you draw such big ones, your shading kind of really pulls it out and then does it out magic. So let's do the shading for everything. So I'm just going to put graphite now for everything. So I'm just going to pull my graphite. Then I'll use my Tortillon to like I said, you can do shadings, different kind of shading, and bring in a more three-dimensional effect to this. Or want to do the such simple shading, you're good to do. Hi Pallavi. We're using I think you've joined in late. We're using 2 fragments today and we're creating it, and this month all the 4 classes will be interconnected, so do attend all the 4 classes. If not, fine, but if you attend all 4, they're going to be interconnected. And it's a small gift which I'm planning to give it. I hope you like it, because with this session I would be completing 1 year this month, because I started my live session from the month of April. So this is different shadings you can do, different embellishments you can do, variations you can do. I'm just stuck to the basics. I'm not doing much, not. I'm keeping it very simple. Right? Now I just do a little more. Just going to do a darkening out here on this part, and just going to do a darkening out here. Same way I'm going to do a darkening out here. Right? And I'm going to just that this is little, so I'm just going to draw. You want to draw a little bumpy and curvy line, but that's okay. And once we have done the pattern, we have drawn the string, we've done the pattern, we've shaded it, we've liked it. I hope everyone has liked it. This particular fragment is not going to be that when you put together fragments they give you a different output. This particular fragment is just that, just the fragment, that nothing that you put together to get an output. You can do, if you do a close to close circles and then try doing it, you will get it, because I've done that on a project when I was creating just for fun, a Ludo game. So here we go. So our tile is done. So I'm just going to put my signature, my chalk. Remember to put that across, and let's look at the one which I did before the session. So I done it on a tan. Welcome, Melly. Gracious. So we've used only 2 patterns and we've done it. So do join the next 3 sessions, so you take back a nice gift end of the session. Thanks, Pilla Fernandez. So remember to breathe, remember to enjoy, and let's do this way. Let's breathe, choose our tangles, and enjoy. Right? So thanks for joining in. So see you again next Tuesday. Thanks, Pallavi. I would like to see you would be happy. The more the people share the greatness, I'll be really. Thanks, Ladybug. That's what we love. So just spread your, do your creativity and just share it. So it's right, and this is the other one. So maybe you can catch up on my IGTV. So it's there. We just used the two simple fragments today, and then we did, and we just said that if you can join the all the 4 sessions for this month, so you can, because they're interconnected. See you all next Tuesday, and in between just keep a watch on my workshops, and if you've not done your attend your beginners or the one-on-one basics, just do ping me in person and we will plan a session, or any of my advanced classes if you're interested. Just keep a watch on my status, my story and my feed. Sure. See you next Tuesday. Bye. Ciao.